everybody. How's it going? Welcome to my channel. My name is Tina, and I'm here with morning coffee, morning messages, right? So I'm going to try and find me here so I can visit with you. And there it is. And I think the thing just went out to tell everybody that I'm here. All right. So, welcome. So I pulled a card from the Medicine Woman. I do it every morning, or, I pull something every morning so that I have a thought for the day, right? And what I'm asking is, Spirit, what do we need to know? So this healing card comes out from the Medicine Woman deck, and it says, I support you on the path of healing. So I thought maybe I would just let you know what this is about. So here we go. The time for healing has come. In the cycle of transformation, you're about to cross the threshold. What must you let die? From which tragedy must you free yourself? We come to this earth with a transgenerational heritage that we are here to transmute. It's time to heal the wound of your soul and find its treasure, its pearl. Sorceresses of modern times, you have in you both the poison and the antidote, your great power. The Medicine Woman of Healing invites you to find your own medicine. Explore medicinal plants, crystals, dancing, singing, and shamanic practices. Say yes to your gift. So, in order to do this, there's kind of a ritual here. So I'm just gonna read it to you guys because I think it sounds pretty cool. Take up your drum or your rattle. Find healing mantras, chants. Choose an object to represent your wound, which you will later give back to nature. Light a candle, symbolizing the light of your consciousness. Draw a healing circle around you. Call your allies, animals, totems, ancestors, or guides, before whom you lay down your wound, such as betrayal in love, lack of recognition, abandonment, or abuse. Visualize your tragedy, honor it, dance, sing, and let the tears flow. Close the ritual with a sensory meditation with larch essential oil, a powerful healer. Close the circle and give thanks. Find a time to go out in nature and bury the symbol that you had chosen to represent your wound. You can also call upon a shaman or healer to help you with your rebirth. Trust in the process and enter the cycle of life, death, and rebirth. So that is the message. And so I don't know if you are interested in doing a ritual like that, but I feel like sometimes those rituals are the very thing that make it solid. You know what I mean? At least for me. At least for me, that's how I feel. I need to light a candle. Okay. So I'm still sick with this weird cough. Hello. Okay. All right. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to get out the tarot and I'm going to ask for messages about this card. Spirits, angels, guides, ancestors, archangels, ascended masters. Tell me some more about this healing. Tell me what's going on with my collective. Tell me what I need to see to give clear, accurate messages for my subscribers. Okay. The Akashic Field is the first card. Ace of Forces. So that's the Ace of Wands. Five of Scrolls. Try new things. A period of expansion. Let yourself go farther than you had planned. And the Akashic Library. This is about self-creation. This is about writing your own story from here. You know, like you're involved in it. The human part is involved in the story from here on out. This card talks about how writing is part of manifesting, you know, like, so if you really are wanting something to happen, write it down like it already is here. Write it down like it already happened. So what I'm seeing is like there's this new idea, right? And Spirit is saying like, this is a period of expansion for you. So try it and go farther than you've ever gone before. I feel like there could be, like when you're doing this healing on yourself, you know, and you're tapping in, you're definitely tapping into nature, right? And the Loving Elementals card is here. This is about increasing joy, noticing, you know, the things that usually we're too busy to notice. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's about having fun. It's about looking from your own little child eyes, playing, right? I feel like there's psychic power increasing. This is why this card came up today, because there's something that in us, every single one of us, that needs to be healed, you know? There's not anybody who doesn't need something to be healed from an ancestral wound or whatever. And I feel like we need to heal certain things so that new things can come in. And what I feel like is coming in is new powers for you. I feel like you could be like, you might be like shown or reminded of something that you knew in a past life. You know what I mean? Like you knew how to do certain things in your other lives. And then we come here with a blank slate. But I feel like there's this energy of going further than you've ever gone before, trying new things, being more open-minded, and even writing your own story here, you know? I'm just seeing like a lot of like new information coming in for you. The Oracle of Delphi is here. So that is like the message, like you are the Oracle. Like Spirit uses you as a channel, you know? A channel to like get out messages to people. So if you're one of these people who is gonna try this healing and work on healing this inner child wound, going farther than you've ever gone before, I feel like you're gonna get new powers. And these are powers that you've had in past lives. You're just being reminded of them. Like suddenly you know. Like say for instance, you didn't know you could heal with like your own energy. You know, you could take negative energy from other people, let's say that. But you've done it in many, many lives. And then all of a sudden you just realize you have it too. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that. It's like Spirit, like giving you these messages about who you truly are. You know, who your soul truly is. So let's get one more. Let's get one more on this. This is really, really good. Good reading. Yeah, because so the karmic trench is here, right? And this is really about like doing the same thing over and over and over and over. And you just think like you're at the end of it, like, okay, it's over. But then it just comes back again. It's a cycle, right? And this is coming in right underneath of the Akashic Library. So I feel like this Four Scrolls has something to do with a pattern that you've been in. It could be ancestral, like you could have learned it from your mother and she could have learned it from her mother, etc. Right? But it's a karmic trench, and it's like no matter how hard you work at it, it's like you're just still always, kind of like in the same um, spot. Okay. Okay, so all right, Spirit, can you tell me what that karmic trench looks like? Tell me what that is. It could be about like maybe some kind of like, it could be about your work. It could be about a mom energy. The divine feminine is here, which can be about your mother, right? So I feel like you're going to get some kind of an epiphany about this, like some kind of aha moment, like how to change this pattern. And I feel like, it's this card again, staying in the present moment, being grateful, you know. Um, I feel like that's really, really important. This could be about money, like this karmic trench, because it's talking about debt. And let's ask and see what, like, let's see what the Akashic Library, clarify the Akashic Library for this reading, Spirit. It's conscious effort to, like, create your own reality, is what you know what I mean? Like, you make a plan and you go for it. How can I work toward this goal? Part of it's writing, like I said before, like writing it down. What do you want your life to look like? Write it out, all of it. Okay, so forgiveness could be involved in this, right? And who you truly are, what your beliefs truly are, could be changing, And I feel like, the Akashic Library is something like you really have to, like, really be honest, with who you are and what you want. Be honest with yourself. This is your story, you know? Make it real. Make it the real you. How do you really feel about stuff? What are your beliefs? I feel like divine timing has something to do with this Akashic Library. It's almost saying, like, Wheel of Fortune, like it's time. It's time for things to change, So this epiphany and this information coming out about this Oracle of Delphi is quite lovely, really. Tell me what the cool idea is with the Ace of Forces. What's the cool idea for the Ace of Forces? It's the truth about something that happened. It's actually truth. It could be about something that you lost. You know what I mean? Or somebody who rejected you. There's like truth coming out in that. Like you got the Ace of Swords, you got the Truth card, and then you got the Ace of Wands. So I feel like, you're getting like an aha moment. And it's about whatever you lost. So you could be being called to talk about it. Like sometimes like releasing has everything to do about speaking your truth, forgiving yourself. Sometimes I feel like that's an absurd thing, to forgive yourself because I don't know. Because you think you make mistakes, but I don't think we do. I think we're just walking our path, you know, and whatever decisions we make they're legit, right? Something we wanted to experience. Okay, so tell me what going further than you've ever gone before. Tell me about that card. This is like learning more. It's alchemy. So it's about changing energy. It's about taking that rejection and loss and turning it into a gain. You know, like you feel like you lost something, but in this alchemy card, it's like, it's like, it's more than acceptance. It's appreciating it. It's loving it. It's embracing whatever you lost, right? Embracing the experience of it, accepting it as part of your path, you know? So once you can actually accept something, you know, for whatever reason, like, oh, I can see that it gave me all these new gifts, you know? Because, like, seriously, when you look into, like, I don't know, like depression or like dark night of the soul or anything like that, you know, you look into it and what you find out is that without that darkness, we would never slow down long enough to actually pay attention to the soul. We just wouldn't. We're just in this, I guess some people call it a matrix. I just call it planet Earth experience, you know? Like you're here experiencing a human experience. Your soul is experiencing things, situations, feelings, you know? So what's happening next here is like, I feel like this, whatever you lost here, the truth is coming out about it. And it might just be like a truth like what I just said, like, man, that really was a lot, you know, it really hurt. But the truth is, like, I'm not the same person anymore because of it. It really did change me, right? And what I see happening is like spiritual growth, you know? So when you're doing your ritual and you're letting go of whatever it is, you know, and you're accepting it, and then you're burying it in the earth and giving it back, you know, like in the beginning when I was reading that card, I feel like, you know, it's over. You can let it go. You know, you can breathe this sigh of relief knowing that without it, you wouldn't have these new gifts, right? Like, and the new gifts could be a million different things. Like, you might have visions. You know, when you go to tap in, you might go a little further than you've ever gone. You know what I mean? You might just take it to a whole nother level. Hello. Well, good. I believe in Jesus. I totally do. He was such a good example, you know, for the kind of person that we can be. You know what I mean? We can do all those same things. We just haven't tapped in as good as him. Okay, so let's see. Let's check out this Loving Elementals card, because what it looks like to me is like they're either telling you that your joy is going to increase on its own, or they're saying like put some effort into like that, into like playing and on purpose having a good time, you know, on purpose like taking a moment to notice things. What they're showing me here in this Loving Elementals is that baby like interacting with those little flying creatures like fairies and water nymphs and that kind of thing. And the baby's looking at him and smiling and laughing, interacting. So I feel like, you know, this could be something that you will experience, right? Tell me about this play card. Tell me about the play card. yeah. So this is telling me like that some of you have been in the dark night of the soul, and the purpose is to put you on your purpose path, right? Your North Node path. So if you don't know what your North Node is, you should look it up. You can just Google your birthday. It changes about every 18 months. So, if you don't know what it is, you should look into it. You owe it to yourself. Okay, so let's look at the Oracle of Delphi, because this is where your psychic powers increase. This is like seeing visions, right? I feel like this Oracle of Delphi, I feel like you're being like, it's saying kind of like you're blocking yourself here a little bit, and you need to surrender it. You need to surrender something, this feeling that you have, because it's coming out, and it's saying like the cycle that they were talking about, this Four of Scrolls, has to end, right? Because you're like up all night worrying about it. It's a cycle that's complete, so I feel like, releasing, surrendering, accepting. So you could be feeling like guilt. You could feel like you don't have enough. You could feel like you personally aren't enough. And it's really not true. It's just really, really not true. So that's what I feel like. So Spirit, can you, let's have some advice. Give me some advice for these guys while they're healing, while they're doing all this work. It's like you're rewriting your story. The reflection card. A new path. Paths unknown. So I feel like, yeah, you're on track. You're headed in a new direction here. That's how come Spirit is asking me to read this message to you about healing. Because I feel like there's something about to change. There's a new path here. Who knows where it goes? You'll have to be very, very, trusting of your higher self. So all of these, like this old pattern, the stuff that you're trying to change inside of you, alchemize, change the way you feel about it, right? Because sometimes when we lose something, we feel like we've lost ourselves. But Spirit is saying, that's not really the truth. You never really lose yourself. You never really lose your soul piece. It's always here, always. So I feel like the reason that all of this is here is it's saying you're going to be called to do something different. Go down a new path. I think you might have a couple of choices, and it might be a little bit confusing, but if you stay in the moment and stay grateful and stay tapped in, because you're getting all kinds of new information, and it's information about your past lives and the knowledge you already hold inside of you, which is pretty exciting if you think about it. We could have been here hundreds of times, we could have had hundreds of lives, who knows? But we have so much knowledge stored up in that soul. You know what I mean? How to manipulate energy, how to really, it could be almost anything if you really think about it. If you go back all the way, if we are part of source energy, if that's our driving force, is exactly source energy, then, we're so much bigger than we know. Our soul, more powerful, more beautiful, more than the human body allows us to believe. So I feel like you're kind of understanding that, getting an epiphany, and I feel like you and your soul are lining up because you're being called to do something bigger, something different. It's probably something very spiritual. You know, it could even be about healing. I mean, the first card out is healing and how to do that. So if you figure out how to heal yourself, just imagine how you could help other people learn that same thing, you know? So you just never know where this is going to take you. And don't forget who has the pen. It's you. It's you that has the pen. This is about self-creation. What do you want your life to look like? Do you want it to be filled with sadness and grief? Or do you want to be present in the moment and trust yourself, trust your higher self, trust that soul and that path? Are you ready to surrender? Because it looks like they're asking you to. This could very much have something to do with money, that karmic trench, like worrying about money. You know what I mean? Sometimes I think that's part of the human experience, I suppose. But it's not everything. It's really not everything at all. This is really more about a spiritual journey. So for us to focus on something like what we have or what we don't have, just worrying about that all the time. I mean, like, as far as, like, I don't know, stuff, you know? Because I do feel like it's kind of about stuff, right? I feel like there's something inside you that feels like you don't have enough, whether it's stuff or whether it's like inside of you. Like if you think you don't have enough, right? I'm not enough. I don't know enough. I'm not smart enough. Any kind of like self-talk like that, right? It's just, it has no place here in the spiritual realm because it's just not true about your soul. It's so powerful. So you have the ability to heal yourself, and I hope that this helped you today. And I'm just sending you guys a whole bunch of love, and I hope you have a great day.